Wargaming's Beat Map Batrep.
Welcome back to Beat Map Batrep. This is Necrons vs. Orks, Warhammer 40k Battle Report. Necrons turn 3. The Immortals decide to leave the building they're in, and they say, hey, you know what? Orks shouldn't be allowed to charge, and so the Warriors and the Immortals are going to charge into these bikers as much as they can. The Royal Court moves up as well, and I roll a 5 inches on their movement, so we'll see if that is close enough to be able to get them into combat, because if it is, then they can really lend a few extra war size into that fight. Being careful, of course, to stay 1 inch away from that Defcopta. The Immortals move up. The Cryptechs are firing their 2 weapons. We've got the Assault 4 Strength 5 weapon, and we got the Strength 8 AP 2 weapon. Actually managed to take a wound off the War Boss, who right now is his own unit. The Immortals fire into the Bikers and manage to arc a little bit and wound a little bit, 2 wounds in total, and he does not suffer any wounds because of that, I don't think. Let's see. Lots and lots of different wound allocation here. Yeah, he makes all of his saves, basically. Then the Warriors rapid fire into the bikes and manage just a couple of wounds, and he fails one of the saves. Oh, and that die goes off, and so we got to re-roll that. And he fails to feel no pain as well, so the Warriors actually managed to take a wound off of one of the bikers. Then the other Warriors rapid fire into the Orks, who will get a 4+ cover save. Only managed to do a few wounds, and he does save most of those, so only 1 Ork boy goes down from the Warriors rapid firing, which is too bad. Then the Immortals fire into them, and they will not get a cover save from this. Does manage to arc a little bit too, so lots of hits, all at strength 5, but do roll a lot of 1s and 2s. Fails most of his 5+ cover saves from the big mech, so I think he loses 4 or 5 guys right there. Not enough to make him run because he's still fearless. And we are in charge range, so the Cryptech runs in. The Overlord is barely within the 6 inches as well. And then we multi-assault into that Defcopta. Then the Warriors assault into the Knob Biker. So this is actually going to be 2 separate combats. It looks a little confusing because the War Boss is nearby. But the Immortals and Warriors against the Knob Bikers. So we're going to let the Defcopta go first because he's the same initiative as my guys. Doesn't manage to do any wounds. Then we got a bunch of the War Size fighting against the Ork War Boss. He fails 2 out of 4 of the invulnerable saves, and he does die. Then 2 War Size against the Defcopta. Managed only 1 wound, but it does ignore his armor, so it's gone as well. So complete overrun to the War Boss and his guys, which means he loses his ability to do his wall as well, which is too bad. Then we got 2 of the Knob Bikers who can fight, because they have the big choppa. They have initiative 3. Everybody else is initiative 1. My Warriors are initiative 1 too because they charge through cover, so the Immortals will be going next. So he actually manages to kill 1 Warrior. Then the Pain Boy is also initiative 3. He attacks the Warriors as well and manages 1 wound, but I don't save that. So another Warrior goes down before they get to fight back. Then the Immortals get to attack, 2 attacks each, hitting on 4s, wounding on 5s, actually manage a good number of wounds. He fails a few of them, and he fails 3 Feel No Pain rolls, so the Pain Boy takes a wound, and he loses both Power Claws, which is a huge deal because they have not attacked yet, and they would have done a whole bunch of damage. Then the Warriors attack the remaining ones, actually manage to inflict some wounds. He fails 2 of the saves. He has Feel No Pain though, so 4+ here. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? Oh, so much suspense. Makes them both. But he does lose combat by 1, and he fails his leadership, which means he's going to run away. He rolls a 1 for his initiative, and I roll a 5. So I actually overrun him, and the Knob Bikers are all dead. So 1 round, the Bikers and the War Boss are completely wiped out with very little casualties on the Necron side. And one of those 2 Warriors even stands back up. So that was a heavy loss. The big loss there was losing those 2 Power Claws before they had a chance to hit, because they would have killed 4 or 5 guys easy, which would have won him the combat, which possibly could have allowed him to overrun me, and that would have been a completely different resolution. So going into Orks turn 3, we've got his fighter moving around, and as Burn is moving up, he realizes he's kind of into a desperation mode here because his army is getting quickly chopped away. So the Burn is moving forward, and the boy is moving out to engage the Warriors. He's actually hoping to not completely wipe out the Necron Warriors, because if he does, then I get to fire at him. And if he manages to kill most of them and leave at least 1 alive, then I can't fire at him, and that'll give him a chance to try to leapfrog through my guys. So the fighter fires at the Immortals, and they fail 2 of their saves, so 2 of those go down. Not enough to make a leadership check though. The boys then fire their sluggas into the Warriors and manage to kill 3 of them. So 3 of them go down unless they're going to get back up. We roll to see if they run away, and they do not. So then we roll for reanimation, and 1 of them stands back up. So 2 of those are still down. And we roll for the reanimations on the mortals as well, but neither of those come back. So then the boys pile in to fight against the warriors, which is obviously going to be a death sentence for the warriors. So the regular boys attack first, because the Power Claw will go after the warriors. Do manage quite a few hits, and manage to kill 4 more of the warriors, so those might come back. The 4 hit back, they have 4 attacks, hit on 4s, wounding on 4s, they don't manage to do any wounds. The Power Claw actually was out of combat, it was too far back. So we roll to see if they run, they actually managed to stay in combat, so that worked out well for the boys, because that means that they are protected and will not get shot at. As for resurrection or reanimation, 2 of the warriors do stand back up, but it's not really too much of a problem for those boys. So end of round 3, we take a look at what's going on here. There's a ball of Necrons on the one side that have taken out all those Snob Bikers and the Defcopters as well. The Immortals are still healthy. They're at 8 out of 10 of their numbers as well. But he does have his fighter, a few of his Burners and his boy squad left still with the big mech in there, the custom force field. So not looking too good for the Orks, but we're still going to play it out to round 4 to see what happens. So click on the annotation if you're on YouTube, or click on the link below if you are on Mini Wargaming.